Hello, Carol Taylor-Kearney here at Powell Arts, and I am with the delightful Abigail Leitinger, and she is going to tell us about this beautiful piece that will be in our upcoming Portray It show. Abby.
Okay, so it's called Hers Truly. I feel like a lot of people don't know what it's depicting. It is kind of non-representational, but the background image is supposed to be a woman whose body is partly turned and she's reaching out. I feel like the image gets lost in some people, and that's okay. I'm okay if people don't know what they're looking at because they still seem to be enticed by the colors and shapes. I would say, as far as how much media is used in this, that it was successful. I think this is something I don't normally do. Number one, working with color, I'm not a color person, very black and white. But this was kind of a venture into different colors, not to mention that they are different colors, if that makes sense. It's not just one monochromatic piece of
No, this is definitely not monochromatic.
Yeah, no. And even when I do tend to use color, it'll be one color. It'll be all blue or all orange, whatever. So this was kind of just putting the complementary colors together and then throwing a couple splashes in there to, really make it cohesive. I was trying different paint styles, the swirls. I had bought a fan brush and that was my first time using it. And I really liked it, obviously.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
You were very successful with it.
Yes, I hope so. Thank you. And then the pen drawings of the flowers, they're pretty subtle, but I would say that's actually my favorite part. I think I'm just kind of privy to pen drawings, though. I use them the most. It's what I'm most comfortable with, so I like that portion of it. The woman is made out of oil pastel and watercolor, and I'm comfortable with watercolor. I don't usually use oil pastels though, so that was
another leap of faith.
Yeah, the entire thing was just kind of testing the waters, and I haven't done anything like this since I did this, so I would like to try it again. I would like to use the fan brush again because I love that. Try and go into colors again, and then just the whole mixed media. I don't, see myself doing a lot of mixed media these days, unless it's required for school. But this wasn't an assignment, it was just for fun, just to try something. So I think I would like to do something like this again.
Well, that's great, and I love the idea that you're doing this. And I don't know if everyone's familiar with our juried show that will be coming up, but we have Carol Saft, who is the juror, and she is a sculptor, painter, video artist, all these things. And a lot of what her new body of work, the Cine Project, was about was the female gaze of the female body.
That's nice.
And this is definitely the female gaze, you're female, on the female body. And the way that I think, it makes it different. There's a different approach to it, I think, in that. And not only am I getting that because the body that you have made more towards the reds and oranges, and it's bright and it glows.
Yeah.
But even in the sinuous marks with your fan brush, it's, so were you thinking about your gaze on a female body? Is this a person a model from class? Is it you? Did you take it after, a mirror image of you?
It isn't of me. It's not of anyone in particular. I kind of just drew a body. I'm not a figure artist at all. I really hate drawing people.
But you do just, wait, I have to stop her here. She does a lovely job being a figurative artist of such things as kitty cats. and I've seen other pieces of your artwork where it, even in a still life, they take on figurative qualities. So to say, I'm not a figurative artist, All right, okay.
But
Wow.
more people. I feel like people are so different from animals, and I don't know why I feel that way, but this is not normal for me. I think it would have been more fitting for me if it was an animal, but it wouldn't give the same message. Because
No.
it's, it's supposed to be human, not animal.
Well, not only that, even in the methods that you're using on this figure, in that the figure is so much orange, and the swirl, so many of the swirls and the patches of color in the back pick up on that, but they also are its complement to help define the figure and also give us that kind of lovely swirly that you're doing here. What made you think about, other than I like the fan brush, I like what I'm doing, what made you think to add things like this and like this?
I knew I wanted to do something with the fan brush because I had just bought it and I was excited to do it with watercolor because I'd seen, my teachers and stuff do it. So I practiced on a different sheet of paper first, got the technique down, and I drew the body first, got it laid out, did the watercolor, the pastel, and then I started going over with the fan brush. It was kind of just random. I wanted to make it look like it was intentional, and in a way it definitely was. The colors were thought out. I knew where I wanted the line weight to vary. So I kind of just did what I could to frame the figure more so, not take away from it, but enhance just the motion. I don't want it to be static. I want it to feel like there's, things going on. So that was that. And then there's, splatters all around, some pastel lines kind of just randomly thrown on there.
How'd you get the drips?
The splashes, I just wet a paintbrush, got really over wet acrylic white paint, and then, splattered. So that was that. What else was there? I did the Sharpie. That's a line that I'm super comfortable with, the curvy calligraphic line. And I have to say, in this piece, that is my least favorite part, which is ironic because that's what I use the most. I use it all the time for my portraits.
I was going to bring up the cat again because there's so much that is in common between the two in that, like, I can tell your style.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is an Abby. Come take a look. Because you do have a definitive style for your artwork. So whether it's this kind of mark making, and I remember the flower that it was a dandelion, and it was it was turning to seed, and she has the seeds blowing out through a field of purple air. Beautiful piece. So I can see that these both have that in common, as well as you have the cat here and you've given us plenty of air so that we are not just regarding the cat, but we're regarding the marks in the air. And you are doing something similar here.
I actually didn't even realize that I did that. I just do it subconsciously.
But that becomes part of your style, which is wonderful. And yet in this one, you're like, this can stay like this.
Mm-hmm.
And because we have a gaze, in this one, you decided to keep what we would call negative space.
Right.
You gave it patterns.
Yeah.
Did you? But there is not necessarily eyes that are directing us into a gaze. So why do you think you thought, okay, this is my composition, I need a little something to boost it?
For this one, it was completely intentional. You're right. I wanted, this portion to be really defined, and it does bring you into the cat. This one, I want you to look at the woman, but also maybe not see her immediately. Just like people, they can't see the woman sometimes. I tell them that it's a portrait and they don't see it. And that's okay. You're not really meant to look at the body. You're supposed to just, feel that there might be a presence in there somewhere. If it's hidden, if it gets lost, that's okay. It's it's not supposed to be of somebody. You're not supposed to look at it and think,
Right.
you know, who does she know that looks like that? It's just, you look through the chaos and then you see somebody and you can think, you know, who is she? But it's more just what is she in the middle of? What's happening around her? Why is there so much, you know, chaos? But then there's also just kind of beauty in the background with the flowers, the splashes. It's meant to look chaotic and she's meant to get lost, but she's still in there because she is the most prominently colored thing. You know, the orange.
Right.
That's what your eye goes to.
Yeah, no, and it's glowing. It really is. The other part of this that I was thinking about is, tell us the title again.
Hers truly.
Hers truly. So this could be any woman, and this whole idea of the female gaze, and it doesn't or the gaze of the world on a woman, and I think all women have an understanding of, you know, what preconceptions people have of a woman, and you are giving me in this kind of sense of how my brain feels when all of a sudden I feel a little bit stared upon.
That is true.
Yeah.
And I know it's kind of a no-no in the art community to cut them off at the shoulders. So you can get away with not
you
drawing
chop
the
off their head.
Yeah. But I feel like that was kind of part of it to keep her anonymous. It's just about, you know, what's her body doing? Like, where is she in space? Not so much what does her face look like? How do we identify her? It's just.
Well, it's made her more universal, really.
Yeah.
It really has, and in this cacophonous world of swirls, and you also have, like you said, have flowers and other imagery that symbolizes women.
Yeah.
Which is really beautiful.
Thank you.
Very interesting. I mean, these are both wonderful little prizes. So please come see Abigail Leitinger's work at Powell Arts for Portrait. Thank you.
Thank you.